Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so that we can bring you the latest news as they come. And together we can support our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream and restoration a reality. Ise. Abuja-based Igbo politicians lament that they were betrayed by Buhari impostor and Fulani Janjaweed, and now they have been banned to enter Biafra land. According to reports, Abuja-based Igbo politicians who have been betrayed by Buhari impostor after they had joined the Fulani Janjaweed, betraying the Biafran restoration struggle and helping the Fulani impostor Buhari to commit genocide in Biafra land using the compromised Nigerian military and the Bibago hoodlums to carry out genocide in Biafra land. And they were instrumental to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's kidnap and illegal detention at the criminal DSS dungeon because of their selfish political interests. You know, the Fulani Janjaweed promised to support the Igbo politicians by making one of them the president of Nigeria come 2023, but they were deceived. They were deceived and they were schemed out. They are now lamenting after Buhari impostor and Fulani elites schemed them out. They schemed them out of 2023 presidency that the Fulani deceptively promised them. As if that was not enough, now they have been banned from entering Biafra land until their Fulani slave masters releases Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the criminal DSS dungeon because he has committed no offense. If Buhari impostor refuses to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as United Nations have directed him, then the Abuja-based Igbo politicians are not welcomed in Biafra land. According to reports, IPOB has banned Igbo politicians who are based in Abuja not to think of coming to Southeast region until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. IPOB, in a statement, warned the Igbo politicians based in Abuja that their safety will not be guaranteed if they return home with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still in detention. In a statement issued by IPOB, the group urged the Igbo politicians to use their influence and position to make sure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, or they should forget coming home. Abuja-based Igbo politicians should not think of coming to Southeast region as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. They must do all they could to ensure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is back in the Southeast region with them because Abuja is no more safe again. Even the Fulani Nigerian government had to close down all the public schools. They closed them down. And we saw the way the Fulani terrorists invaded the Kuje prison, and the Nigerian government looked the other way. None of those terrorists have been arrested. You know, the land of Biafra, our ancestors, will not spare the Igbo politicians if they return to Southeast region without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being released unconditionally from the criminal DSS custody. As there is fire on the mountain and Abuja is being encircled by Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists, Ansaru terrorists, and Islamic State terrorists. IPOB advised Biafran politicians in Abuja never to think of returning to Southeast region without coming back with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have warned our people severally to understand that if Fulani Janjaweed have prepared to take over Nigeria, they are prepared to take over Nigeria and forcefully Islamize Nigeria, but they never listened. All Eastern politicians, businessmen and women, traditional rulers, senators and members of House of Representatives, religious men and women, including governors, must ensure the urgent release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as ordered by the United Nations. Otherwise, the land will not contain IPOB, Biafrans, and all these politicians. The land will not contain them. They know what the Fulani terrorists are doing. They are planning. They have seen what the Fulani terrorists are doing. They want to take over Nigeria by force. And yet, the chief terrorist, disguising as BUHARI, is keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there because they are not happy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposed their agendas and they use Biafrans to capture, to kidnap him. And it's a big warning to Biafran politicians in Abuja. They must not come back to Biafra land without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You know, the Nigerian Minister of Labour, Dr. Chris Ngige, has opened up that Nigeria is seriously broke and does not have any money to execute or prosecute capital projects. They can't even pay workers. You know, this is a development that will worsen the already worse unemployment and poverty rates in the zoo called Nigeria. The exchange rate of dollar will soon reach 1,000 naira to $1. And the Fulani Nigerian government is not getting money from anywhere. The money that the federal account shares to, or the federation account shares to all the 3 tiers of governments, comes from taxes, custom, and other revenue-generating agencies. And Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, no longer remits money to the Federation account for more than 6 months now. But the Fulani Nigerian government have been lying to Nigerians that Nigeria is doing well economically. They even deceived Nigeria with the agricultural rice pyramid that they borrowed. They went around borrowing rice, rebagging them from neighboring countries. And some of the bags they filled with sand in order to deceive the gullibles. The Fulani Nigerian government has used the fuel subsidy fraud to siphon all the money generated by NNPC. And now, all the money has been looted. It has finished. And the treasury is now empty. A whole accountant general of the Federation, a Fulani Janjaweed, Only him looted 170 billion naira. But he was granted bail. He was granted bail because he's a Fulani Janjaweed. And now China and all other nations that borrowed Nigeria loan or that gave Nigeria loan have threatened the Fulani Nigerian government that they would take over Nigeria as they did to Uganda. They will do that. You know, the Nigerian currency, Naira, is unstable because the Fulani Nigerian government's cluelessness and incompetency has distorted the economy and fiscal policies, and this triggered instability of Naira. The fiscal manager, not the quota system finance minister, a Fulani Janjaweed, should come up with a policy line or modality for arresting the Naira value drift and restoring confidence in Naira. Instead, Buhari impostor sent his attack dog, EFCC, to raid Abuja Bureau de Change operators in a bid to save Naira. This is crude and uncivilized. When Tinubu and Atiku were sharing money to delegates in dollars, EFCC were there. They did not go after those ones. The politicians that have stolen Nigeria dry and converted the monies to dollars are the reason why there is dollar scarcity in Nigeria. Because Nigeria can no longer afford to remain a consuming nation. They need to be producing. And that is the reason why Biafra wants to secede. We cannot continue with the Fulani failure because it will not take us anywhere. Rather, it will drag us down. Despite Nigerian earnings from rising oil price, the earnings have been erased by Buhari impostors' fraudulent fuel subsidy, and now the country is very broke, and Buhari impostor is making Nigeria masses to pay for his incompetency by imposing another 5% tax on phone calls, data, as Nigerians endure historic economic hardship. What a clueless nation, run by people who don't even know anything. And yet, they want to continue in power. They want to overrun Nigeria. Imagine Biafra has been restored. It would have been the greatest and the biggest African nation in terms of economy, GDP, name it. But the Fulani Janjaweed, they have dragged Nigeria back to the era of 1960. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video, and bye-bye for now.